Hello everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Helen the Russian here. So as it turns out, yesterday, which was Friday, February 15, was very eventful day here in Las Vegas. Eventful day and night. It started in the morning and that carried on. So I'll start, and I saw all that on the news today, so yeah, here I'm relaying all of it to you. We'll start with the biggest one. The title of that on Channel 8 News was Man Fell Down to His Death from the high roller, you know, the wheel that we have here in Las Vegas. That's by the link. Well, it did happen, but not quite as the title described. Apparently, Channel 8 is guilty of clickbaiting as well. So the man did fall down and he did unfortunately die, but it wasn't from the actual wheel. He wasn't on the wheel. It was a 23-year-old guy who somehow gotten into the loading area of the high roller, so into loading platform, which is someplace he wasn't meant to be. He wasn't supposed to go there. And he was running around there and he fell down the stairs, and you know the total height of that is 50 feet. So he fell down 50 feet and they took him to the hospital and he unfortunately died. The moral of the is I am obviously very sad that should never happen, but here we go. This is the advice I give to everyone who comes to Vegas and to those who live in Vegas and like to go and have a good time. That's all good. Our city is fabulous. This whole city is built on fun and entertainment. So by all means, come here, have lots of fun, enjoy yourselves. However, and that's single advice, don't get stupid. Seriously, bad things happen when you get stupid. If you feel stupid coming on, go back to your room and lock yourself inside the room. Or if you know for a fact that you are prone to stupid, then have someone with you, one of your friends, who know how to manage you and moderate you when stupid is coming on, right? Because the end result of you being stupid may very well you being graveyard dead. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm from Russia. We're very direct. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So that's what happened. So another incident of stupid where thankfully no one died, happened yesterday afternoon when a guy decided to grab some beer and snacks from the convenience store, from the Terribles on Sunset across from the airport, and didn't pay for it. So he grabbed it and he basically shoplifted, but we're talking literally beer and snacks. I don't know, $20 worth, okay, let's say 30. So here, I doubt it was that much, judging by what he did next. So he ran across Sunset to the airport fence. He actually managed to climb that really high fence, and there is a razor wire on the top, and he momentarily got caught on that razor wire, and then he started running across active runway. Okay, I'm gonna give a pause, think about it for a minute. So thankfully, to excellent air traffic controllers, police, and the airport security, the situation was managed. Like I said, no one got hurt, but a big plane, Delta flight, had to be diverted for a loop because they were on approach when that man was running across that active runway. We're talking, because they did say, I don't know how accurate that was, they said Airbus. Airbus is the biggest plane there is, so there were several hundred people in there that could have gotten injured or died because of that stupid guy who decided to grab a beer and snacks and don't pay for them and run across airport property. So that flight was diverted, was delayed 30 minutes because they had to make a loop, but they landed safely. The guy who ran across the runway was apprehended. He was trying to climb FedEx plane, I think. I don't know where he thought. They didn't say if impairment was the case, but I'm gonna guess maybe he was high, because I don't see any reasonable person in the clear state of mind doing that. Seriously, that was quite something. So he was apprehended, and now that's why I'm talking about stupidity. That was the stupidest thing to do ever, which is why I'm thinking he might be high on drugs, because he is facing so many charges right now. And a lot of those charges are federal, because please remember, airport is in purview of federal government. Federal Aviation Administration is in charge. So he's, apart from the local charges, which is shoplifting and probably property damage, because he did damage someone, that razor wire, when he was crawling over it. The airport had to repair it. But now he's facing federal charges. Yeah, he's spending a lot of time in federal pen. I can see. I don't need tarot cards to see that in his future. Yeah, that's going to be happening, right? I definitely see Hierophant as a tarot card. I see Justice in here, and I see a few other things for him. Yeah. So that's that. And then earlier that morning, so we're talking yesterday morning, like I said, it started early in the morning apparently. At 10:30 in the morning, the fight broke out at one of the schools at I think Chaparral, they said. I can't remember. I'm going to try to put the link. I'll put the links for all of those articles in the bottom. At least 10 students were involved, police were called, and they're not sure what caused the fire and what not. But again, really stupid thing to do, starting the fight, and that big of a fight on a school property. Some of the students gonna face suspension, detention, God knows what else charges will be laid. It will seriously affect their future, their prospects of getting into the good schools and whatnot. So there we go. I mean, it seems like a minor thing, but again, it all goes back to stupidity. Think about what you're about to do before you actually do it. Like, give it at least 10-second beat going, okay, wait, do I really want to do this? What are the possible consequences of that? Like, you know, always think of okay, worst case scenario. What's the best case scenario, the outcome? What's the worst case scenario, the outcome? And then when you think about it really quick, go, okay, is it worth it? Whatever action you're about to take, it doesn't matter what it is it worth the worst case scenario consequences? And then decide whether or not you're going to take it. Because in some cases you might say, you know what, heck with it. It's worth it, I'm going to do it. Even if the worst case scenario happens, I'm going to sit there going, yeah, it was well worth it. But if not, perhaps maybe don't do it. So thankfully, I was blissfully unaware of any of it, because it was a lovely day yesterday. After the deluge that we had on February 14th, God, was ugly. I had to drive for my business and do some errands, and I couldn't. I had to. You know, normally I would, on a day like that, I would just stay at home all day. But you know, I promised certain things to certain people, and then I had a business meeting, and then I had that was pleasant, but still I had a gathering later in the evening that I didn't have to go to, but it was lovely. It ended up being really nice, and thankfully rain stopped by then. But yeah, ugly on the roads. On February 14th, there were over 70 traffic accidents, and I believe 3 separate cases of people nearly drowning in the washes, and rescue operations had to come in. So no one actually drowned, they saved them all, but I believe there were 3 separate rescue operations going in the washes. So that's how bad it was. But anyhow, yesterday I was blissfully unaware of any of it. I went and well, I washed my car. I had to after the rain on Thursday, and I didn't feel like going to the car wash because I know they're going to be rain tomorrow as well. So I didn't want to spend time and money. And you know, things work kind of in a funny way. So as I'm washing my car myself, what do you know? Whoopie-doo, I find whopping 77 cents in the cushions of my seats. So 3/4 and then 2 pennies. And I was like, yay, I got the reward. But more to the point, I saved some time. And I saved a few bucks doing that. And then I got, because it's a physical labor, I got all energized and feeling good, because that's what happens when you do physical labor. You get good hormones pumping. And then I went and drove around a little bit for Lyft and Uber for probably about 4 hours, and then I was home before 5, and then I went and took a nice walk and whatnot. So blissfully unaware of any of that taking place. And then this morning I open up the news, and I'm listening to the news on TV, and what do you know, all that happened. So anyhow, everybody stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and be careful out there. Too many crazy people, I tell ya.